Hello! How are we doing tonight? We all very well?
Yay!
Excellent, excellent. Now, I just want to get something off my chest just before I get into my act. I'm autistic. I have Asperger's syndrome. It's my disability, I guess. And here's something you should know about my disability. I've been living with this all my life. And the one thing I can't stand about living with a disability is how people these days still treat it like a disease. The best example are those people who claim that though their children had once contracted autism off an immunization vaccine. Yeah, and to those people I just want to say, go to hell. Because autism is something you are either born with or diagnosed with at a young age. It's not something you catch, like the flu. Because I don't know about you lovely people, but never have I been stuck with a dodgy needle and I've been like, ow! I don't know what's going on, but somehow I've become more intelligent and all my Lego towers are colour coordinated. But no, I should let you know though that Darien Brown is in fact my real name. It's not a stage name, just in case you were wondering. I'm pretty sure you were thinking that just a moment ago, ma'am. But yeah, don't pick on that, Darien. But yeah, it is, I understand it's not a common name that you hear in Australia every day. And people often want to know if there's a backstory behind my name. And there is. And here's how I found it out. You know how you can get those keychains that have a person's name on it and it has a translation from another language of what it means? Does anybody speak English in this audience? Or am I way off on the mark? No, but I did some research and apparently I found out that my name, Darien, comes from the Greek word Darien, meaning possessing wealth, which is just a nice way of saying embezzlement. Yes, thank you for getting that. But other than doing stand-up comedy, I do actually have some exciting news to tell you. I recently got a new job.
Woo!
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. That lovely support. Where was that when I needed it in the job interview? But no, I've been working for the last few months now over at Australia Post. Yes, it's not quite as sad as it sounds, but I was pretty fucking close. But I've been, the job that I do at Australia Post though, I'm a walking postie. That wasn't what I originally applied for though. What I originally applied for though was the job of a push bike postie, like riding the bikes. Suffice to say though, I failed the practical, I failed the push bike exam. Yes, that laugh is the correct response, sir. Because I'm just thinking, as much as all of you, thinking, how the hell does that even happen? Because I don't know about you, but I've been riding bikes since I was 7. And what I found particularly funny about this was after I had failed the exam, my instructor actually had the nerve to deem me as being unfit as well as unsafe to operate a push bike. So now I'm a walking postie. But don't think that I'm complaining though. I'm really not complaining. I'm loving it. And the one thing though that does get on my nerves a little bit is how people over at my work like to go a little bit over the top when it comes to like safety and potential hazards. The most common one being dangerous dogs. And like we've all had this sort of experience where, bless you, we've all had this sort of experience. Yes, somebody sneezed in the audience. If someone sneezes, you say bless you. Don't they teach you that in school? But sorry, yeah, sorry, Sam. Like, I don't know why I'm picking on him, but no, it's okay. I missed you, man. I missed you. Yes, get back on track there. So yes, anyway, as I was saying, the most common thing they tell you is about dangerous dogs. Because if you ever come across a dog that's barking and growling at you, looking like it's ready to kill, and the owner always tells you the same thing, don't they? They're like, oh no, don't worry, it doesn't bite. Yeah, have you ever heard that lie, people? Because when I come across a dog that's bloodshot eyes, gritted teeth, growling at me, again, looking like it's ready to kill, and the owner tells me the dog doesn't bite, I flat out don't buy it. I'm just like, are you sure? It does have teeth. But, thank you. But, other than that, like, because I remember just this one time, I came across a dangerous dog, and the person behind the gate's just like, oh, don't worry, the dog doesn't bite. As a matter of fact, give it a pat. I'm like, I really don't think that's a good idea. It's just like, don't worry about it, it's fine, just give the dog a pat. And it's like, all right, sure enough, stupid gullible me is like, oh, all right, hey there, puppy. What the hell, man? You said your dog doesn't bite. And this guy's funny, he just goes, mate, that's not my dog. But I just want to leave you with one thing just before I go, because you truly have been a wonderful audience. I just want to say, everything's getting crazy expensive nowadays, because I read this story in the news about how there's a cafe in Manly Vale, New South Wales, that claims to have the world's best cup of coffee, which frankly is a big call. And I did some more research on this place. This is how expensive this cafe is. Get this, 1 cup of coffee, $55. Yes, I know, yes! I'm just as shocked as you are. I know it sounds hard to believe, but it's true. And I just couldn't wrap my head around it. I'm thinking, how does a cup of coffee cost $55 damn? Why? What's making it so expensive? What are you putting in it? Cocaine? Who's your barista? Ben Cousins? I can just imagine somebody ordering a coffee from this place and then coming back an hour later like, yeah, that cup of coffee you gave me earlier, you got any more of that? I forgot to mention a symptom of Asperger's.